Hey guys, welcome back to Not So Popular Opinion. I've said it before and I'll say it again. A modern woman, or 304, is proud to be anything and everything except a good woman. Let's check this out.
How many Plan Bs did each of you take?
I've had 3 abortions and 1 Plan B.
You had 3 abortions? Okay, what about you, Nia?
I took more than 5.
Diana, what about you? Over 10?
Bro.
More than 20?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Is it over 40?
And
So you
yes,
want
it's
them on
over-
deck.
You guys, I want the chat to see this, right? Because I always speak about promiscuity in men and promiscuity in women. The fact that laws was passed that gave women rights to contraceptives, Plan Bs, birth control, and the ability to abort the kid, what it did was incentivize women to be more promiscuous.
Wait, my question is, when I was 18 and had the choice to take a Plan B, I shouldn't have taken it?
You should have not even been having sex with a man that wouldn't provide you a future, or a man that you don't want. This is what I'm saying. You all have a problem with choosing men.
Yes.
And then the men that you choose, you have a problem with retaining the men too, because you made bad choices in choosing them. So all I'm saying is, if we took away the contraceptives, there wasn't no Plan B, there wasn't any birth control, you couldn't have abortion, you would have more stake in the man that you choose. So then you would have more discernment. Discernment is the ability to make good judgment. You would be using discernment to make good judgment in the men that you choose. But the facts is that you utilize all of these contraceptives. Oh, well, I got a Plan B, or I got a Plan C, I got a Plan Z. You got too many freaking plans, so you choosing the wrong
The sass from that woman to throw out 2, like, whether you've taken 1 or 2, you know there's a Plan A, right? There's a Plan A that is available everywhere at every store you can think of. Even at gas stations, they're called condoms. Women love to throw out my body, my choice, but you aren't making sure that you're being protected not only from unwanted pregnancy, but sexually transmitted diseases by saying, hey, either you wear this condom or you're not entering my body. What about that choice is so hard for women to make? I've never understood that. It's so crazy to me that they could be so proud of this while also being just blatantly irresponsible and disgusting. So you would rather, after the fact of letting some random dude you don't know go up in you raw and then have to scramble to go get a Plan B, or what do you have, Plan B's on deck, when it is much easier to just buy condoms? Because I'm not, I know a lot of people say, well, they could just be on birth control. Yeah, that's true. That's also true, but there's still sexually transmitted diseases that these women just seem to ignore like they don't exist. I've never understood that concept. How could you possibly pretend like STDs don't exist? Why would you want to risk something that you can, something that you could possibly may never be able to get rid of for a few minutes of fun? I'm like, trust me, I love it, but I've always been responsible enough to protect myself from the evil of the world. Okay, I have never just blatantly you know what, I'm gonna just hit a bunch of stuff raw, or I'm gonna just go, as they say, just dump my seed all over the place. I'm not doing it. One, I don't want to, STD. I don't want something I can't get rid of. I don't want to scratch or burn for some pleasure. And I don't want to put myself in a position to be paying child support for some woman I don't like or barely even know. That's crazy. And I'm like, these women, they just don't seem to, not only does it make them look disgusting, because they are, let's just be real, they are disgusting, because they seem to not care about their bodies or themselves enough to, protect themselves from unwanted pregnancies and diseases. But because they have so many options and so many choices, they have become extremely lazy, lackadaisical. You shouldn't need Plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. All right, Plan A should be good enough. contraceptives should be good enough. You shouldn't need a plan B if you were responsible or delusional enough to believe, nah, you know what, it couldn't happen to me. Jeez, it doesn't make any sense. So you just ignore plan A, back on plan B. And then what? The other woman just like plan B. I'ma just go to abortions, 3 of them. This woman is getting abortions like they're dentist checkups. Come on. That is ridiculous. And people try to argue with me and say, people aren't using plan Bs and they aren't using abortions as birth control. But bullshit. This is proof that 304s just do not care. They refuse to accept basic responsibility. You want to scream my body, my choice, but you can't just tell a dude you ain't getting none without protection. That is the easiest conversation to have. And if he don't want to use a condom, what does that say about him? What does that say about him? This ain't even a channel that go around bashing dudes, but come on, bros. Protect yourself from women like this. You got to. Because they don't want to protect themselves from, what's out there. They don't want to protect themselves from, from Chad and Tyrone. You have to remember, no matter how many times they tell you, no matter how they look, no matter how they talk, never believe a woman has never done anything before. If she ain't done it with the rest of her body, she done it with her mouth. That's just, hey, bash me if you want, but that is my belief. So you got to protect yourself from the past Chads and Tyrones. You got to protect yourself from the people, the ghost of the people you don't know. Because there was people before you. And if she is the kind of woman like this, the kind of guy she was messing with was also messing with other women like this. So you got to calculate all those women that he messed with and that he drug over to her and multiply that times the dudes that she's messed with. Because it wasn't just one dude that was all over the place going in women raw. There was several dudes. Some of these women brag about 20 dudes in a week. And imagine how many of them same Chads and Tyrones, of the 20 that she messed with in 1 week, how many of women like her, nasty women like her, they had messed with prior. And all of that is coming back to you. So you want to risk that and not protect yourself? Bro, please, man. Nah. It ain't worth it. Protect yourself at all times from women like this. They're proud of this behavior. They're proud of this. You should be hiding in shame. Over 40 plan Bs. This is goals for some of these women. They will get on a podcast, tell the world, embarrass themselves, their mama, their daddies, whoever, without any shame. Classless. Just trash. Like, they are laughing and cackling about it. Could you imagine being so filthy and so proud and finding it funny? This is ridiculous. Man. Yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure in my day I have come across women like this, but I did not spend enough time with them to know they were like this. I've said it before, and I'll say it a million times. Before, in a previous life, I was that guy. I was going around, I was doing my thing, I was having my fun, and sadly, yeah, I have been at it since I was like 14, 15. It is what it is, just being real. But I had never itched, burned, scratched, had to get a plan B, had to worry about somebody possibly having my baby, not knowing about a baby I had not in the wind, because I was always vigilant to protect myself. And if she was not game for me protecting myself from her, I wasn't dealing with it. I was not dealing with it. I can guarantee you to this day, there is not a child out there wondering where his daddy may be, and that woman can point to me and say it's his. That is a guarantee. There wasn't no crazy broken condom stories, none of that. I protected myself at all times because that is what mattered the most. It is not worth having bumps on your lips and things crawling on you, scratching you, burning when you pee. No, man, it ain't worth all that. So if I at that young age knew to protect myself, how is it an excuse for an adult? It's not. This man is right though. If these women took the time to, care about the type of men that they dealt with, they wouldn't even be in some of these positions that they find themselves in. But they want to live the fast life. They want to be promiscuous because they fought for that. They fought for the want to be promiscuous and dirty and 304s and just be all out over the place. That's what they fought for somehow. When you give irresponsible people too many options, they just throw everything out the window. This is human nature pretty much. If you give irresponsible, reckless people too much coverage and protection, they will still find another way to destroy themselves. They'll just dip into every plan. They'll forego the safety and security until that last option, because they're like, you know what? Now I'm gonna ignore that. I got more backup. They got me. If I mess up this way, they got me. I mess up this way, they got me. There's something else I can fall back on. You cannot give irresponsible, reckless people too many damn options. They don't know how to behave. They don't. They have no self-control. They reckless. They're willing to destroy the lives of, everyone around them. It's in their nature. It's sad, but it's true. Let's check out some of these comments. First commenter says she might as well take birth control if she's going to take that much plan B. You would think birth control would be the first thing on this woman's mind, and then making sure the partners that she chooses, many of them, will wear a condom. But no, she's not worried about that because she know that there's plan B, C, D, E, F, G, all those other plans that she can fall back on. So no, and she don't want to destroy her body taking birth control or whatever. I'm not a woman, so I don't really know the effects, but wouldn't you think it would be worth it? If you didn't, clearly she don't want any kids, or she don't want any kids now, or she don't want to have these guys' kids because they don't make enough money, or whatever the reason is. You would think that birth control will be the first step. Basic contraception, birth control, condoms. But no, she's irresponsible and she's reckless, and this is the modern 304. They'd rather have that dude go out and spend, I don't even know how much a plan B has, never had to buy one, but I'm gonna guess $50. She'd rather have that guy bust in a go get that $50 and scramble and hope for the best, and then if that don't work, she'll fall back on plan C. You're giving too much credit to somebody like her. Next person says they think it's cute to be a walking cemetery. Oh, they think it's cute to be a walking cemetery. I don't even think this needs any further comment or explanation. If you get it, you get it. This person here says, nasty, soulless harlots. And then Captain Save 304 comes in and says, you sound like a major incel right now. How does he sound like an incel for calling them nasty and soulless? They are basically proud of being nasty and soulless. Bruh, they don't see you. They don't care. No matter how much you try to put on that cape and save these nasty women, they're not going to let you have any. And why would you want to have any? This woman just admitted to at least 40 dudes just busting in a raw that she just let inside of her that she didn't know and didn't want around enough to even have a child with. But you want to follow behind that? Go ahead there, friend. Go ahead and get all of these diseases they have. Next person here says the worst thing is that it was unprotected sex. If they used a condom, this wouldn't even be necessary. 3 abortions, unbelievable. Unbelievable is correct. 3, like I said, this, I don't even make any sense. 3, you would think, and this is not going into my politics or whatever about abortions. I'm just saying, 3, after 1, you would think people would learn. You would think maybe I need to be more responsible. If I had to go to plan H, maybe I need to be more responsible, and I need to, to read up on more on plan A, so I don't get to this point. But no, this, despicable harlot, as the last guy called her, just 3 of them just will not learn. She'll probably have 4, 5, and 6 by the time they do that next interview with her. Last comment here says, and they're proud of it. Yeah, it is disgusting, my friend. Makes you want to vomit. It makes my skin crawl just thinking about it. Just being in the same room. That's some brave fellas in the room with them women. It makes my skin crawl. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine. Everybody, please protect yourself from not only unwanted pregnancies, but diseases. Come on, people. We're adults here. At least I would hope so. Protect yourself from all of it. Don't end up like these women, proud of being disgusting degenerates. And to his point about discernment, I think it goes to why people like Kevin Samuels did not give any credit to women about how many men they date, how many men they see or sleep with. It was about marriages to him, because I've said it for years. I refuse to give women credit for how many people they sleep with, because why should I? You will get a man that will want to sleep with you just for existing. All you have to do is just be present, and a man will want to sleep with you. There's no work needed. You can just get it how you live, as they say. You can just show up into a room, and no matter how you look or whatever, there's a bunch of people in that room that will want to have sex with you. But for you to, say, hey, you know what? There's a lot of options out there. But for me, the most important thing is that I need to find someone who is not only just worthy of this, but who will be there for me, who will be a great protector, provider, all those things that you should look for in a long-term partner or husband. That's why choosing a good man, or being, discernment when it comes down to choosing the right man, is important in these situations. Is that, yeah, you could have a bunch of men that want to sleep with you, and that will disappear on you the next day. And then you will be, you'll be on these podcasts pretending like you're happy about it. But then you'll be, sitting in front of that tub of Bluebell, eating it, crying into it, calling your girlfriends, talking about why I can't find no good man later. Because you chose to take the easy available option, because it doesn't take any skill or talent or whatever to get those. It doesn't take you taking the time to get to know a guy, or actually appreciating the things that he really does offer, that he is trying to bring into your life. If you make wiser decisions, if you make wiser choices, you can have that same enjoyment that you get from, I guess, throwing it to everybody with the right person. You really can. There's Kama Sutras, there's books, there's all kind of stuff. There's a whole website, adamandeve.com, that you could choose to explore those things with that right person who actually cares about you and who will be there for you, and that you would want to experience, child rearing and all those other things with, that you would actually want to be with in the long term. Make the right options. Jesus, put some effort into it. Put a little bit of work into something. But life is so, automatic for women, to where a lot of these modern women in 304s don't feel like they would ever have to work for anything. This is minimal. It really is. But it is worth it in the long run. All right. ladies and gentlemen, as always, I love to hear what you think. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, and checking out another episode of Not So Popular Opinion. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out.